We're looking at Algebra 2A. Oh, let me mute the speakers here. Algebra 2A. Objective 5, graphing absolute value inequalities on the coordinate plane. So this is kind of a first step into graphing quite a few different things on the coordinate plane. Right now we just have a y equals or an x equals, but in the future here we'll have both y's and x's in these things, and so right now they're just going vertical or horizontal. Pretty soon they'll be going any direction they feel like it, and we'll have to figure out how to deal with that. And it's not too bad. It's really similar to the stuff we were doing. We were doing it on a number line, and we were doing it with a just an equation. So now we're just going to do it on a coordinate plane. It's just one more step. It's not that much more of a wrinkle in this. So let's get started. Let's start with something like the absolute value of y is greater than, let's go with 5. And I'm actually going to steal some graph paper here, use it to help us out. We need a coordinate plane. Make sure I'm on your screen. I always forget to double check, and then I end up off your screen, and it's just difficult for you, and I don't want it to be difficult. Okay, so bad artist again, but there's our coordinate plane, x and y. Well, we're actually going to start this out the exact same way we started out, doing this on a number line. We went y equals 5 or y equals negative 5. And we're really going to do the same thing. We're going to go up and down here on the y-axis and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to mark that spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mark that spot. And remember, these are the borders. All right? If I'm going to graph this on a plane, I'm going to draw horizontal lines, right? Y equals our horizontal lines. And there's no or equals to sign. There's no or equals to sign. So graphing is slightly different, because instead of drawing a solid line, I'm going to draw a dotted line. And actually, I'm going to turn this just so I can get a decent dotted line going here. All right, and there's going to be another one down here. Okay. So we have our dotted lines, or our borders. Now, what did we do before? We tested a point and figured out whether or not it should be shaded. The only rule was it couldn't be on the border. Well, we have the same rule. Okay? I'm going to test a point, and I'm going to test an easy point, this one right here. The name of that point is 0, 0, with this being the x and this being the y. So I'm going to plug that in. Plugging this in, there is no x. So there's nowhere to plug it in. We're just going to forget about it. It's okay. Now the y. If y equals 0, the absolute value is 0, 0. 0 is greater than 5. That is not true. So this point that I picked should not be shaded. So I'm going to start on the other side of my dotted line, and I'm going to start shading. And the same is true down here. I'm going to start on the other side of my dotted line and start shading. So I don't think that one's too bad. Let's try the next one. Absolute value of x plus 3 is greater than or equal to, let's go with 1. Cool. So again, we're going to start out doing the same stuff. Make sure I'm under, oh, see, look at that. I'm off the screen again. Start out doing the same stuff. I'm going to start out with the x plus 3 equals 1, or x plus 3 equals negative 1. Subtract 3, subtract 3, x equals negative 2, or x equals negative 4. XY coordinates. x equals -2, right there. X equals -4, right there. There is an or equals to sign on this one. There is an or equals to sign. So when I graph these two, I'm going to have nice solid lines. So kind of like shading in the dot, right? Now we're going to solid line. Okay, now I'm going to test a point. I'm going to test my point 0, 0 again. Why am I testing 0, 0? Well, the only requirement is it can't be on either of these two border lines. So it fits my criteria. It's an easy number. I'm going to try it. Putting in 0 for x, so 0 goes here. There is no y, so I don't have to worry about it. 0 plus 3 is 3. Absolute value of 3 is 3. 3 is greater than or equal to 1. That's true. So this point should be shaded. So I'm going to start over here and I'm going to start shading. I'm going to shade all the way up to that border. And I'm going to keep shading this way because there is no border this way, right? Oh, I made a little mistake, but that's all right. You know what I mean. Okay? Well, I stopped at this border, so stop. I need to start again at this border. So over here is going to get shaded. Okay? So that's about all we're looking at today. It's just a very little step from what we've done in the past, so I don't think it's going to be too awful difficult for you. I'll let you get started.